losing my mind. It's so cold outside. Mail came. Hello, Zcat again, and welcome to my Zombicide Kickstarter unboxing. I'm a tactile kind of gamer. Most of you are in this hobby. You're a kinesthetic. You like to do things with your hands. I know if you're like me, you can't even understand a game until you actually have the pieces out and you have it on the board. I mean, reading the rules is one thing, but actually having it in front of you is the only way to understand what's going on. Just something about how the pieces are laid out and how they feel in your hands help connect what they do, in your head. And, if there's a choice between a video game and a board game, 9 times out of 10 you're going to choose the board game, because there's nothing like moving chits or moving cardboard or moving wooden cubes or plastic. And there's nothing like rolling actual dice, especially specialty dice. You know I'm right. And if you're like me, there's nothing like unboxing a new board game. Taking that board game, feeling the weight and heft of her in your hands, slipping the tool of your choice, a key if you're in a hurry, but if you're not, something a little more substantial. Did I talk to you about video copyright? Just don't. I will cut you. Taking the tool of your choice, slipping it in the edge just between the box and the lid, and slowly zipping it open. Hearing a sound a lot like silk parting. Hear it? Once you have the cellophane, vulnerable, you go in and rip it off. Maybe you quickly bunch it up because, you have a significant other who tells you spend too much games, then you got to get rid of this evidence of a new game. And this is where the price tag is too. Maybe it's best to roll it up into a nice tight ball, but it's much better. Pull it off and let it fall. You are greeted with a virgin box, unsmudged and perfect, with luck all 4 corners uncrushed. You open this box ever so gently. If you open it too fast, you might be greeted with a squeaker, kind of a reverse box fart, if you will, especially on a tight, new board game. It's best to pull the halves apart slowly. Ever so slowly. Finally, the box is open. Its components spread before you. It's time for the first big sniff. Yeah, while I enjoy unboxing videos, I tend to find them a little embarrassing, especially when I'm watching them in a semi-public place. Generally, when you're watching an unboxing video, you're doing it privately and in the dark, usually when you're bored, maybe you're kind of tired, so you can't pull out something else to play with, but you're in need of a little stimulation. Oh, somebody got their copy of Shadow of Brimstone already? Oh, when I get you, I'm gonna open you up and play with your pieces.
Are you watching another unboxing again?
No.
They're so damn boring.
I know, but I can't stop myself.
You do know you could do something useful, like come upstairs and make love to your wife.
Okay, give me 5 minutes. So sadly, but with some excitement, you watch somebody else open a game. One that you want, but for some reason, you can't have or you can't afford. So vicariously, you're enjoying another person's pleasure. Perhaps even watching them punch the pieces out. Pop. 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 I know somebody whose wife, actually, she doesn't play board games, but she will disown her husband if she's not allowed to punch the pieces out. I'm looking at you, sister-in-law. And then, after the excitement of seeing that box open, titillated but at the same time feeling a little bit dirty, you close the window down and get back to your life. On that note, my first unboxing. Okay, this is what I got in my box. Right away, you might be... Well, you immediately notice that I actually took it all out of the box first. Because as this is an unboxing episode, you know, I'm not here to waste your time. Also, look at these bad boys. Do you know what these are? They protect against corner crush. If your Zombicide Season 2 was crushed in the corners, it means somebody dropped it off a roof. Anyway, let's get rid of those. Alright, what have we got here? I ordered most of the stuff from Season 2. I kind of avoided some of the miniatures that I didn't like, but most of the miniatures, especially the really, the females, because there aren't that many female adventure miniatures that I have, I ordered them, and if they could be used in role-playing games, I ordered them. So, it comes with Toxic City Mall, Prison Outbreak, this bad boy here, the dogs, companion dogs. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. These, which are characters. Get to those in a minute. Zombie dogs. Kickstarter characters that you will not get anywhere else. This is why I do Kickstarter. Some extra dice because I love specialty dice. Love them. More specialty dice. And mystery box. By the way, as I go on with the rest of this unboxing, some of you might wonder, why did you receive your box, you know, November 15th, 2023? And how did I get my box when, you know, there's been a zombie apocalypse and no postal service? And it's best not to dwell on such things. Anyway, with that out of the way, I'll show you a couple of the things that are special to the Kickstarter. That's why I love Kickstarter. It's also why I love going to conventions, because sometimes companies will sell stuff that, other people can't get. Here are 4 special characters. Here I have Adriana. Nice afro. Lee the teenager wearing a very short skirt. The women in this set go from exploitive to pretty decent, actually. Speaking of, here's Dakota, the prison smart, busty con girl. And, of course, because he's male, we have Rick wearing more clothes. And here we have the miniatures themselves. And you can see that they have the human version and the Zombiber version. Because in Zombicide, when you die, or when you're infected and you die, you actually do come back from the dead, but you can actually hold on to your humanity at least for a while. It's very funny that in the rulebook, they actually feel the need to kind of explain their logic. I don't feel that need. It's horribly creepy. I also have a secret that maybe I'll tell you later. Here we have dog companions. Dog companions act kind of like survivors and property at the same time. You want more details, go to their website. But comes with a set of rules. I believe it comes in 3 separate languages. English, French, oh no, Spanish, and French. And the zombie dogs, they come themselves packaged like this. Come with cards. And the dogs themselves, if I remember correctly, they're actually mounted on bases. I don't know about that. I kind of like the miniatures when, you know, they're artistically mounted, that they're sitting on top of the on top of the stand. But if you're painting, especially if you're going to dip these miniatures, it's kind of nice that you can do that. Paint it and then drop the dog back on its stand. Some people might not like that, but you know, other people might. And then we've got the survivors. Set 2 zombies, survivors and zombivers. We have Brad, Thesia, Kirk, Rose, and Ralph. There are other ones that I kickstarted for, but of course they can't print everything at once. Pretty cool, especially the old lady with the flamethrower. And maybe I'll open this for you just to satisfy your, you know, lust for seeing packaging ripped in these things, but maybe. I'll think about it. Zombie dogs. Oh, upside down. Rules, 3 languages, one of them English. And, of course, cards for the dogs. They act a lot like regular human zombies, except they're way faster. I mean, they actually move 3. Or they don't move 3, they activate 3 times, which if you've played Zombicide, that's quite a lot. They look pretty cool. 5 models of 4 different types. 20 figs. Also, closer look at the dice. You get these dice just for kickstarting, I believe. I have a whole bunch of these in this color. This is the standard color. And these are Prison Orange, of course, because Zombicide Outbreak Season 2 is set in a prison. Mystery box. The mystery box. What is in the mystery box? Got cards to add to your game. Activation. That biohazard symbol says that's a toxic card. Oh ho 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 ho. You got toxic walkers, berserker walkers, regular walkers, fatties, berserk, and toxic runners, and my favorite, these bad boys. Berserker, which is immune to bullets. Toxic, which if you kill in the same zone, you get poisoned for 1 damage. And, you know, regular. Nice. Now we're to the meat of it. This is Toxic City Mall, Zombicide. It's an expansion to the original game. This is a standalone expansion. Standalone, so don't buy it, alright? Unless you already have Season 1. You can already tell it's a little bit thinner. New rulebook. It's about the same size as the old one. New scenarios, including the new miniatures. This guy looks familiar, actually. And some rules for new stuff. You got dice again, regular old dice this time. And these are kill counters for your cards. You have the cards. The green ones of the biohazard, of course, are toxics. And some new weapons. Magnum pistol, assault rifle, gas mask. I swear that guy looks familiar. Laser pointer or laser sight. And some specialty weapons. Some infrared weapons, actually, which are ridiculous. And a whole bunch of wounded cards because Zombivers actually take 5 hits to kill. Of course, if you turn into a Zombiver, you're probably covered in zombies at that point anyway, so yeah, I'm not convinced about their use, but we'll see. Like I said, I have a soft spot because of reasons. I'll tell you those reasons later. Included in here are also included in that box are the old characters, but the other side is the Zombiver version. And the Zombiver version has different abilities. And Josh and Amy. I always liked Goth Amy, of course. Ned, the homeless guy. Homeless guys do so well in the apocalypse. And then we got the new guys. Derek, Raoul, Elsa, and Nima. We also have boards. Because this is a mall, boards are a little bit different. Those are streets, obviously. But these look like more the inside of a mall. Right. Also, we got rubble to block up rooms. And mall doors, city mall doors, and pretty colors for objectives. Also, boxes. Got these heroes, and this fancy doodad, which is the first player marker, which is a damn skull, which I think is awesome. Also included Toxics. The Toxics, of course, can just be dropped right into Zombicide first season. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do, and I might even show you how you do it. Keep those bad boys out. I have Zombicide Season 2 right here, Prison Outbreak. Of course, one of my metal friends should really like this dude on the cover. This bad boy is just as big as Season 1. I really feel sorry for the postman, zombie or not. However, it got here. Got the rulebook. This rulebook is way thicker than the first season. Took a little damage, but more rules. Rules for incorporating berserk zombies. And berserk zombies in this version, actually, they do not take damage from gunfire. If I have that correctly. Which is ridiculous, but that just means you got to run in and beat them to death with your bare hands. And of course there's a new hit priority chart. Because you fire into groups and you hit the slowest first, and then the fattest, and then the toughest. And runners are somewhere in there. Got Stack of cards, obviously. These came nicely wrapped up, but, you know, I can't resist opening stuff, so that's just the way it is. Wounded cards. More stuff. I don't think you have to really put these into the other set. Meat cleaver. Katana. Gasoline. Cement cutter instead of a chainsaw. Claw hammers, which I think are awesome. Chainsaw. And some other stuff. Dice again. But who doesn't have a ton of dice, right? Got this box. This box contains the zombies and zombivers of this season. Oh man. Ugh. So very pretty. And of course we have the zombies that you get in this game. And of course you get a ton of them. Zombies. More zombies. The runners look pretty good, but again they do that little spur between the knee and the base. I can live with it. And these berserkers, which look really nice. And obviously, you get the inside of the prison. The characters, Belle, Joshua, Grindlock, Kim, Shannon, Watts, and of course these guys. And you got the cars, except no police cars. Actual other cars, but they do keep the pimp mobiles. And sound tokens, which we hardly ever use, and gun towers, and spawn zones, holy crap, and exit, and first turn marker. But that first turn marker, the skull replaces it, so more awesome, I think. So, there it is. What is this? Was it as satisfying for you as it was for me? See you next time with a real review. Zcat Zombie Apocalypse. Stay safe. I wish I had tobacco. If it fits the chips.